On to game 5 of the day in Dallas. Three-headed monsters getting ready for Bivouac here from American Airlines Center in Big D. Random games today. Bivouac in this one coming up, in the Ghost Ballers and the Aliens meeting to close it out here, a six-pack in Dallas, Texas. Welcome back. Get going with Nancy Lieberman. You've been coaching, you've been cutting and serving your birthday cake, and now broadcasting here with us today.
It's been fantastic. What a day in Dallas, Texas. I'm so proud of the Big Three and really how the crowd here in Dallas came out to support. It's been pretty cool, and the games have been great, except for time.
Oh.
Ooh, that hurt.
Jason Richardson made shots. Jeremy Pargo just made shots. Last week it was the Green brothers made shots for Bivouac. Gerald and Garland combined for 35 in the win against the triplets.
Yeah, it's pretty smart of Gerald Green to get his brother Garland, understanding what he can do. Those guys work together. And, you know, this league is also about friendships and relationships, and they played against each other. And, you know, Reggie Evans, you know, he's a Dallas guy. His kids all play hoops. By the way, he is so strong, but he rebounds as if his life depends on it, and that's what makes him so special. He's just bowling to the rim, and he's been successful.
Let's meet the rosters in this one. Evans with Murphy, rating MVP. Bouchard Lewis, the captain for the three-headed monsters. For Bivouac, Gerald Green with Corey Brewer, Garland Green, and then Ryan Hollins, the big man for Gary Payton's squad. Here's the glove, going against his former team today. Began his Big Three career coaching the three-headed monsters. On the other side is Reggie Theus, coach of the year last year in the Big Three. Game 5 of the day. Game 5 for Brian Scalabrine. Scal.
Yeah, they got me working overtime. Listen, I'm all in on the three-headed monsters. I think Reggie Evans is one of the most dominant players in Big Three history. He dominates the paint, and I just think, you know, Kevin Murphy is a guy that could be an MVP candidate. But I don't think they look great after week 1, but it seems like in week 2, everyone's kind of getting their footing, so it's going to be interesting the way they play. Bivouac, great win. They never gave up, and you guys nailed it. They made shots late.
All right, Scal, and Nancy knows about that loss for three-headed monsters against Power last week in the Windy City. 50-43, the final for her squad at the United Center. Key rules in the Big Three. First 50 wins it, gets the break at 25. There's no game clock. Shot clock is 14 seconds. Free throws, one shot for 2, 3, or 4. And then there is the four-point shot. Pargo made 2 of them last game in the win for the triplets.
Yeah, you can really utilize those rules to your advantage when it's part of your game plan.
John Jordan with the early shot for Bivouac. A late ad. Sweet Lou with the 3. In and out. Evans, best rebounder in league history, will get a free throw for 2.
You know what Reggie Evans does so well is when the ball is in the air, he starts carving out his area, or he'll physically push you underneath the rim, and now you don't really have a rebounding lane. He's very smart about how he does that.
And for more on the big fella, let's go over to Scal.
Yeah, this is actually on Bivouac. Gerald Green and Brewer not starting, but they're good to go. I think they're trying a new strategy where let these guys start and then these guys come in and close out a game. They have had problems late in games with energy because they haven't been able to rest. You like the strategy, Nancy?
I love the strategy, and you have to be able to stick with it and understand it.
Garland Green off the mark. Sean Jordan, 5'10". Hollins, they went small last game after the break against the triplets. In the middle now. Here's Evans for 2. Got it. Three-headed monsters with the early 4-0 start.
Well, Reggie is taking that out of his bag right now, the little face-up jumper, adding something every year in this league.
Jordan with the pull-up. Off the air ball. Garland Green, 2 to shoot. Fires. Bouchard Lewis, again the captain, former league MVP, doubled. Evans, will he take it? Even up there.
Yeah, now you're getting on a short clock, and you have to push this to the rim.
Oh, Mr. Murphy with the 4-point shot.
You talked about the 4-point shot, how important it is in last game with Pargo, but yeah, that is just great awareness right there.
Green misses. Still, Jordan with the tip and the shot, no good. Touched out by Lewis.
Yeah, check out the shot clock right here. It's winding down, but Murph knows exactly where to go if he gets the pass, and he did.
I saw the graphic, made 5 4-point shots last year, led the big 3. Brewer in for Bivouac, along with Gerald Green. Brewer had to save it, launches the 3, short, gets his own rebound. Gerald Green, rimmed out. Brewer, no, late whistle. Evans with the foul. Brewer will go to the line.
Yeah, the Brewer's very active. You don't realize how long he is. I know Reggie Evans is not happy, but see, Reggie's just standing, and then Brewer slid in behind him, and Reggie's not used to having that happen to him.
Nancy Brewer last week, the game winner against the triplets. Corey Brewer, you love the pedigree, 13 NBA seasons, and won the title in Dallas in 2011. Reggie Evans is teed up.
Yeah, I mean, stunning news. You know, Reggie's going to fight for everything. He's such a hard worker. He's going to let you know if he's happy or not happy. I think he wasn't happy.
No.
See right there, you know, he steps in just a little bit early, and he's just jawing at the officials. The officials, you know, they have the right to say, I've had enough.
Evans from mid-range strokes it. It's a good way to let off some of the anger.
That's the best thing you can do. When you're a player, you have a chance. You determine probability and outcome. And right now, Reggie's doing that. He's playing really great basketball.
Well, Brewer floats it in. He's got the first 4 for Bivouac. Murphy, another 4-point shot. Lewis pirouettes. Murphy, up fake. Fires the 3. Too much. There's Lewis with the back tap. Murphy going to work again. Spin, fade. Missed the moon ball. Green turns. Top of the backboard. Evans with the cleanup and missed it. Nancy, Bivouac a bit out of sorts in the early going.
Yeah, the shots are pretty tough right here. They're very physical. You know, the ball gets wedged, and you know, Ryan Hollins, you know, you got to have those multiple efforts on defense, and it's hard because you got a big guy going up against you, and it takes a lot of your energy.
Robert Dozier in for the 3-headed monsters. Green shakes, bakes, misses. It's been the story thus far. That ball knocked away by Brewer. Bivouac last year was 2-4, but 4 losses by a combined 11 points.
You know, when you talk about a team like Bivouac, Gary Payton is a heck of a coach. He's played this game at the highest levels. He understands the nuances. And who wants defense more, you know, than Gary Payton?
Murphy launches, won't go. Tipped up by Evans. The glove, Hall of Famer in 2013, 17 NBA seasons, and the title won here in this building with Miami in 2006.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to say, you know, you've won those titles. Winning is hard, really hard.
Off the block, Evans bustling in. The switch and the finish with the left. Timeout on the floor. 3-headed monsters with a 12-4 lead.
Reggie Evans, he's so active. You can see him here carving out space, trying to gather, finish, and that's why you're the best rebounder in the league.
in Dallas. The 5th of 6 games here at American Airlines Center. Three-headed Monsters with the advantage, 12-4 against Bivouac in this first half. Get going back with birthday girl, Nancy Lieberman, Reggie Theus. His squad, you think of the history, Nancy, you've been in the way of a couple of them, but the Three-Headed Monsters made the playoffs all 5 years, but have never won the title.
It's pretty tough because, you know, I would say that Gary Payton really did a great job when he was coaching this team. I thought they should have won the championship when we played at Atlantis a couple years ago, and they just didn't close it out. You know, Power's been in the championship game. You saw that, you know, 4 times and won it once. It's hard to win, except if you trilogy.
Well, you know as well as anybody, Three-Headed Monsters last year in Tampa in the semifinal were a Glenn Rice Jr. block away from winning and going to the championship game, but get a block and a 3, and you guys advanced to the final.
Don't worry about next play.
Let's join Reggie Theus. Hey, Reggie, it's Ed and Nancy.
What's up, guys?
Good start for your club, up by 6. What have you seen so far?
Well, you know, I think our defense early in the game has been really solid. We got to continue. We've missed 2 50-50 balls that hurt us. You got to capitalize. Big 3 basketball is really about the layups and the 50-50 balls. Got to play with toughness.
Reggie, it's Nancy. The physicality of your team is just so impressive. The way, and I actually like Dozier and Evans together. I mean, that's pretty stout trying to have to guard those guys inside.
Well, Reggie's been in there the whole game so far. I'm about to give him a blow, but Reggie's always been one of the toughest guys in the league to guard around the basket. It's just the way he plays. But our team has got good size, and we got the ability to switch in all positions, so that helps us too.
All right, you're looking at Kevin Murphy, made the 4-point shot earlier. Obviously, coming off an amazing year as Dozier hits in a foul off the ball against Hollins, but Kevin Murphy, obviously, when he gets going, as dangerous as any guy in this league.
Yeah, no, I thought that last week we just had no rhythm. They look like they're in a better rhythm this week, so we'll see how it goes. Murph can really turn it on when he wants to. And, you know, if you get him the ball in the right positions, he can take over the game. That's what's going to be important here.
And it's also nice to have your full squad. I know that, so it gives you some more options of what you want to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. Last week we played shorthanded, and we had a chance, as you already know. But, you know, I thought you guys played great, Nancy, but you're a hell of a coach. So, you know, listen, I don't mind losing to you.
Lady Magic, Reggie, all the best. Dozier misses. Kudos for you there with the win last week.
Well, it was a good win for Power, and, you know, these games can go any way if you don't come ready to physically play hard.
I'll tell you what, Brewer's been everywhere for Bivouac thus far. He's got all 6 of their points. Shots, though, overall, just not going down at the moment for Garrett Payton's squad.
Now, you know, this is smart. You know, Reggie just mentioned that Evans had not had a blow, so you take your big man out, give him just a little bit of rest.
Garland Green sizing up Dozier, tucks it, is fouled, and will get a 2-point shot here for Bivouac. That's the 4th on the Three-Headed Monsters. That's big at 14-6.
Yeah, I think it is really big right now because it's only 14-6, as you just mentioned. If they can get it to 5 points, now you keep attacking the rim, you get fouled, you take the ball out, and you're taking possessions away from the Three-Headed Monsters. Just another Ice Cube wrinkle that we all like.
Garland Green strokes the free throw. Nancy, you talked a lot about your relationship with Ice Cube. He has called you his spirit animal, but it's a special relationship, the respect you have for one another, and the love of the game as Brewer with another Bivouac basket.
Well, to be able to work for somebody who's so iconic but kind, the hardest worker, you know, just a great, great human being, man of faith, and he really has an understanding of, you know, how to respect people. And for me to be able to work, you know, for him, it's an absolute honor.
Dozier with the finish and a foul. Just an example, guys like Dozier getting a shot in the big three.
Yeah, but Dozier, you know, it's his first year in the big three. It's going to be physical. You got to stay with it. Don't give up if you feel you have the angle. If you get that ball over the little ring, it can go in.
Right now, the Green brothers with Brewer against Dozier, Lewis, and Taylor. Jermaine Taylor an ad this week. Gerald Green, short. There's Dozier with Derrick Rose at Memphis. The three, way off the mark. Brewer spots up. Jermaine Taylor off the screen. Against Green, leans in, too much. Garland Green.
See, this is where Bivouac, you got to take the ball to the rim instead of just settling for those shots, because you really have a chance to swing this game in your favor.
And Brewer fouls Lewis going up when it's 16-10. Shots not going down. To your point, got to get it somewhere, mainly at the basket.
I mean, that's the beauty of this game. There's a lot of ways, you know, you're 3 for 18. So if you're not shooting the ball well and you're not in rhythm, a great way to get in rhythm is get to the foul line, put the pressure on the defense of the three-headed monsters, and then get to the foul line, start getting your stroke. Now you run your offense.
Timeout from Bivouac. Our fifth game of the 6. Dallas here today in the big three. Began with the killer threes with the victory against Threes Company. Nancy, score doesn't go your way on your birthday against Tri-State, but Jason Richardson, he's making shots like that. It's tough for any opponent.
Yeah, Jason Richardson's a pro's pro, two-time NBA All-Star. He had 7 threes. We put everybody on him. Actually, I checked myself in the game to try and stop him once. Did not work. So you got to give people credit. Dr. J's team outplayed us today. We'll look at the film and we'll come back next week in New York against Trilogy. Both of us lost. Both of us going to have to figure out what we have to do to get better.
And earlier, Jeremy Pargo with the game of the day with 31. A couple of 4-point shots, game winner as well. Triplets with a much-needed win against the defending champions before this one in Dallas. Lewis, normally a great free throw shooter. Brewer, Euro step, missed it. Murphy, fouled by Garland Green on the horse collar. That's the 6th on Bivouac, and Three-Headed Monsters now in the bonus. Again at 16-10.
Yeah, that's such a smart play by Kevin Murphy. He turns his shoulders up to the rim. You get lower than the level of the defense, and you go into the body of the defender, and now they don't have the angle, they don't have the leverage, and this is exactly why he was the 2021 Rookie of the Year, MVP, and he led the league in scoring. He's a really great player.
When his Rookie of the Year, it kind of surprised a lot of people in the league. And even last year, wasn't surprised he was so good, but the way he was that dominant was impressive.
Well, you could see because they were trying to get younger. And, you know, Murph comes in, he learns from Mahmoud, who is such a great, mentor to have in this game. And then you could see his development really was in the bubble that you just saw the emergence of Kevin Murphy.
Murphy from Fairburn, Georgia. Long career overseas. NBA, played 1 year with Utah, 2012-2013. Shot clock at 6 for Bivouac. Gerald Green working on Lewis. The step back is good for Green. His first points here today.
Which is a surprise, because he has to be able to score for his team to be able to be in these games.
Lewis bodying in, tough shot over Gerald Green. Green last year, Nancy, with 20 points per game in his rookie year.
Yeah, well, the thing about Rashard Lewis, we know he can hit his feet set corner 3 or 3, but he's 6'10", and he can post you up, and he does such a great job around the basket.
Garland Green again. Bivouac making a little run now, down 2014. That Lewis release, hard to guard. Backs it in there. Three-headed monsters are 3 points from the break.
Yeah, that's NBA against NBA right there. That was pretty good when you have Rashad Lewis down on the block.
Leads 8. Green poked away by Lewis. It's going to stay with Bivouac with 5 to shoot.
See how he is right here? He's just seeing where the pressure is coming from. When he hits you and you go back, he goes up because he now, look right there, has created space. That's on Corey Brewer. And these guys played against each other enough in the NBA.
There's the matchup. Brewer looking at the clock. Has to get it away, and does to beat 14.
Look, if you are worth your soul as a competitor, you get that ball and you go back out. You have to.
Murphy pulls up. Ball bounce, Sweet Lou can't get there. This has not been a good first half for Bivouac, but Brewer feels like single-handedly has kept them in the game.
Yeah, Brewer's, he just does a lot of a little. He does the little things. He can handle the ball. He's a great screener, and he slips the screens, and he uses his length.
Green, step back 3. Gets the rebound. Brewer, there he is. Brewer pulls up. Murphy for the break.
Remember, you got to clear, so you got to get 2 feet outside the 3-point line.
Our call is Bivouac ball. Lewis saying it should be reviewed, and instead, three-headed monsters will challenge. Now, he brought the fire, but all you have to do is challenge.
Yeah, I don't think he should have brought the fire, to your point. I think Reggie probably didn't know what was happening, but this is a coach's challenge. You get 1 a game.
Well, he launched the flares, which was exciting.
Yeah, it's always nice.
Pre-July 4th fireworks.
Even like with our sponsor, Snickers, you're just not yourself when you're hungry. See, that's going to be reversed. That
Good
just
challenge.
Came off of Green's hand.
Well, I was just going to bring up nothing like bringing the fire for a review for the officials on the sideline. Kind of loses its luster.
Scal, the Taco Bell out-of-bounds challenge, right?
Yeah, you never know. Hey, Nancy, I ask you a quick question. I know this could be a sensitive subject because of Jason Richardson, but you watched Jason Richardson. You saw Pargo today. If you had a vote, where would you vote Player of the Week so far?
Wow, that's a great question, Scal. I think Pargo did an exceptional job because, you're playing against the champions. And he's coming off a week where he did not play that well, and he took over the game, which Joe Johnson even said took the pressure off of him.
And that's a real thing in the Big Three. And it's been hard playing with Joe Johnson, not because he takes so many shots. It's just there's a lot of pressure to be a supporting cast, and he really owned that today.
But you know what? Even though you play supporting cast, Joe has to be willing to allow you to shine, and that says a lot about Joe Johnson when he sees his teammate in the zone like that. I thought they played really well together.
Yeah, I went away after week 1 thinking he needs more help. Now I'm thinking, yeah, that's a legit. Right now I'm like, there's 5 teams in my mind that can battle for a championship.
The call's overturned. Green ball coming in. Green ball coming in. Green ball.
Top point all around. It's going to be three-headed monsters with the ball. Ball's overturned. Let's take another look.
It was a great drive here, but maybe he just lost that ball.
Reggie
wants tacos.
For the
okay,
jugular.
I know Reggie. It's not Taco Tuesday.
Too much from Evans. Brewer. Big first half for Bivouac. Nice move. Floater missed.
Great.
Look outside!
Murphy. Lane's open. The runner. No!
I mean, look at Reggie Evans. I mean, this is unbelievable effort by him, regardless of the shot by Green here.
Flung it in. Murphy the steal. Layup is good. And a foul. Makes his free throw. We'll go to the break.
Yeah, Reggie just has an unbelievable motor right here. You know, the old rule, don't throw the ball back to the front of the rim. And Murph scores it, and he very well can take them to halftime. You know what Reggie does in the offseason? Reggie Evans coaches his kids' teams.
Wow.
He's unbelievable at what he does with his kiddos, and it's nice to be able to be in the gym with your kids and have that father time, coach time. And I think his game has gotten better because when you teach fundamentals and you teach a system, you have to show it. And now he's expanding his game out to face up.
They missed him last year as Murphy gets us to the break. By the way, last foul, the third on Brewer, so they had to sit that free throw. For the three-headed monsters with Evans, Murphy leading the way, and Lewis as well by 9 with the lead here at the break in Dallas. Father coach making an impact on the glass. Scow with Sweet Lou.
All right, I got to ask you a few questions. First, when you got to bring it, you can bring it. You can go to the post and do some work, but you also got to lead these guys and help them along. Like, how challenging is that to still play, mentor, coach, all that stuff?
Yeah, it's a little challenging because I'm trying to keep Reggie locked into the game. You know, he's a feisty player. I'm trying to keep him locked in because we need him out there. And I got to stop deferring to Murph. Murph is the MVP. He's a great player, but I got to help him. You know, sometimes I got to go to that block, post up, or try to mix it up, you know, help our offense get going. And last game I didn't do that, and I got to do it a little bit more this year.
All right, good luck in the second half. You got it.
Rashard Lewis, the captain. You forget the firepower of this squad. Lewis, Evans, Murphy, at times Dozier. Three-headed monsters with the lead at the break, 25-16 here in Dallas. At the break in Dallas, game number 5, three-headed monsters by 9 here over Bivouac. And coming back with Nancy Lieberman, this a home game for you in your home city now, Dallas, Texas. It's been a great city over the years to the Big Three.
It has. You know, Dallas supports everything, but they love the Big Three. They love when Ice Cube rolls in town. They're just basketball fans, and we have to thank the Mavericks for that. They've done a great job. And now with the Dallas Wings, this is a basketball community, not just Cowboys.
Oh, hey. How about the first half in the three-headed monsters? You had Murphy, you had Evans, you had Lewis all getting in the mix, but they missed this guy last year. Reggie Evans is back.
Yeah, Reggie Evans is so happy to be back. He's now expanded his game, and he's taking these face-up shots, which is now bringing people out. This is who he is. The concentric circle of Reggie Evans is he's going to be a rebounder and a banger, but now he's a baller.
Best rebounder in league history. The Lord of the boards, the God of the glass. They missed him. He was out with a hand injury last year. All right, three-headed monsters, 0-1. Bivouac, 1-0. 25-16, Bivouac trailing going to the second half. Bivouac will start different this half with the Green brothers and Brewer against Murphy, Evans, and Lewis. If you're Richie Theus, you love the balance.
Yeah, that's great balance right there. You're absolutely correct. That's why, you know, they're well coached. We've been talking about that, but you can't just lock in on one player.
Murphy lost it, tripped by Green. Garland gets the bounce. Never played in the NBA, Garland Green. Elevated to co-captain. He's 5 years younger than Gerald. Played at TCU in college. Not far away.
What an effort by Corey Brewer right there. And you take away the shot clock. And, oh yeah, there's Reggie Evans.
And Murphy kept it alive.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, nice to see Reggie actually wanting to rebound. I'm only messing. Reggie, you're amazing. You just have a nose for the ball.
Got a fan. Green fouls. Gerald Green will get 1 for 2 here for Bivouac. Former slam dunk champion and then runner-up against Dwight Howard, blowing out the candle with the cupcake.
Oh my gosh, was that not the best?
The best runner-up dunk, I would think, in dunk history. Maybe Dominique in there as well against Jordan in '88.
Hey, I was going to wear the cape and blow out the candle, the cake that Cube gave me.
Make a wish.
My wish did not come true.
Come on, Jay Rich. Green from 4, off the mark.
Yeah,
Overall, you're enjoying your birthday, having fun?
I'm having a great time. I'm at home. I've got family. This place has been packed today, and we're watching great basketball. And, you know, guys who really care about this game, prepare physically, mentally.
Green driving on Evans. Off balance? No. Murphy strip, Brewer with the steal. Green wants it, looking to get going. That's a start for Gerald Green.
That is a beautiful shot. He catches it, he turns the ball to get the laces in the right place. I mean, that was as sweet as you can get.
Leads down to 4. Lewis on a clear out, Green with the swipe. To the corner for 3. Brewer weak side. Pivots and scores. It's a 2-point game. Timeout, three-headed monsters.
It's a good timeout right there. They need to regroup right now.
Doug Brewer's been everywhere for Bivouac.
You can just see right here the active hands. That's how you steal the basketball, when it's coming up and there's no force. you know, it's beautiful to see that Corey Brewer is still trying to do that, and then Green with that's a clinic right there for that shot, getting his team back in. These are two well-coached teams by two guys that coach college basketball and played in this league at the NBA at the highest level.
Well, the three-pointers not going down for either side. Combined 1 of 22 after that Green three.
I'll tell you what, I can tell you, Gary Payton, you know, you pass the jeans down. What, you know, Gary Payton is doing, his son right now, just getting rewarded with a new contract. I know he's a happy daddy.
That's the coaching. Gary Payton with Division II Lincoln out in Oakland. Reggie Theus is a head coach of Bivouac, of Three-Headed Monsters, head coach and athletic director of Bethune-Cookman. Talk about a guy who's busy, but facing the challenge and embracing it. I don't know how he does it, but finds a way.
The most important thing for me, it's an HBCU, and Charles Barkley just gave him $1 million, and he's doing great things with that university and bringing a lot of pride to it as well.
Bethune-Cookman in Daytona Beach, Florida. Green with the stuff. Brewer with the assist, and Bivouac has tied it up.
Bivouac is playing quicker. What they're doing is they're switching screen roll here, and they're just being more aggressive on the ball. Look at this right here. The dive, a beautiful pass. But see, Green has to move to the open spot to receive and finish that.
Had a big righty tomahawk last week. Another here, three-pointer for Sweet Lou.
Sweet Lou's had that stroke for many years, and it ain't going anywhere.
It's a nice answer after the big run.
Well, you have to, and that's a way to close the door and close the momentum.
Garland Green sets up Brewer. Brewer to the rim. Clean by Evans. Murphy in rhythm. Nails the three.
See, I think, for me, Corey Brewer has to take that three-point shot. He's gotten it wide open 2 or 3 times. Guys are going to start playing off you, and now you're going to drive, and you're driving into a wonderland of bodies. Once again, the shot fake, because he doesn't have the confidence in his shot.
Green almost got the bounce. Murphy at the circle. Blow by. Will peel out against Green. Throwing away on the pick and roll. Brewer will oblige.
Yeah, that's a tough one, because if you don't roll and you don't roll hard and your teammate passes it, you know, you're just dead. They're going to finish the play, and those 2 threes had brought you that momentum back for the Three-Headed Monsters.
Evans, a little high-low. Lewis, 2 to shoot. Strip and fouls.
Yeah, look at this pick and roll right here. Okay, so Green thinks that Evans is going to dive, and Sweet Lou is going to come and, you know, shorten the distance to the catch. Didn't happen.
Gary Payton's going to bring the fire.
See, I think to bring the fire is great. Use them in the game. It's like timeouts. You don't want to have them in your pocket.
That was clean.
You start outside the little area for the foul line.
Lewis with the length and look, but missed it. Made a nice move.
It was a great move. You know, I mean, I'm sure Rashad is just scratching his head. How did I miss that?
So no basket and no foul on Bivouac or Brewer. Doubled. Gerald Green lost it, got it back. Gets it to go from 3. A 1-point game.
That is a screen and a half. Huge.
Swallowed up. Garland Green Working on Murphy. The reigning MVP. Here's Evans. Lewis made the cut. Turns short. Gerald Green again. Garland slapped away.
Just really good defense right there, which allows Murphy to get it and just knock down that shot. You just have to be aggressive. And I also thought that Corey Brewer needed to come to the ball a little bit quicker. He stayed on the three-point line.
Nancy Murphy now with 14 points for the three-headed Monsters. Brewer to the rim, runners, no good. Oh, steps on the clear, no. Evans with position scores, and Brewer feeling it. That's classic Reggie Evans.
It's a smart play to just, anytime you switch, you just back that guy down. Look what they did. Here's the switch. Reggie backs you down, turns, seals, and seals the deal.
Go home. Leads 5. A close one in the 5th game of the day. Three-headed Monsters by 5 over Bivouac. Let's hear from their coach, Reggie Theus.
That's all right. It's all right, Murph. Don't worry about it, Murph. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Next play, next play. Next play, Murph. To me, you can guard Brewer. He's not a great three-point shooter, you know what I mean? But you want to let him go a couple more minutes? I'm just asking. You want to? You all right? Don't settle, fellas. Go get your foul, Murph. Murph, go get your foul, baby. Go get your foul. He's coming right at you. Go get your foul.
He's just so good, Reggie Theus, with how he communicates to his team. You know, there's going to be some ebb and flows in the course of the game, but you still have to keep that positivity.
When he played, he was 6'6", and at the time, in terms of tall players who were good assist guys, obviously there was Magic Johnson, who was number 1 and really uncharted, but as Lewis cleans it up and scores, Reggie Theus at the time was right in that category.
Yeah, he was in that category. He could shoot the basketball, he could drive, he could dish, and I think he was a heartthrob in his day. Reggie, I'm talking about you.
In my years growing up, he was Coach Bill Fuller on the show Hang Time.
Yes, yes.
His first coaching job.
That was fantastic.
That court on the show was about half the size of the Big 3 court. It was tiny, but they made it work.
Well, that's Hollywood, right? That's Hollywood for you. I did Happy Days, and it was the same thing with Scott Baio.
Oh, wow.
And you think it's a huge court, and the court was like the size of the foul lane.
What was that?
1981. Yeah, I did Happy Days. I did The Cosby Show. you know, you get to play yourself. It's pretty cool.
Residuals?
Huh?
Residuals still coming in?
Yes.
All right, bring the fire. Evans against Green. Green fades away. Missed it, so went quick there. Green unable to cash in for Bivouac.
Bivouac doing a good job of, you know, keeping this game tight, but I have to give Reggie Evans some credit. You know, he really forced Green to take an off-balance shot. You got to get to the rim. You pump fake, and you make it, you miss it, or, you know, that's it. But you have to be aggressive.
Lewis working on Green. Rashard Lewis throws it up and will shoot a free throw for 2. Garland Green with Bivouac's second since the break.
Keep your hand in the cookie jar. It's going to get, you know, he's going to come right up through your hands. You got to keep your hands out, especially with these guys who are just have so much experience in how to draw fouls like Rashard Lewis.
9 points, 10 rebounds. Gets this. He's got a double-double. He's there. Nancy appreciate the fact that Lewis was a player development coach with Detroit this past year in the NBA.
Yeah, it just gives you invaluable experience. Dwayne Casey is an unbelievable defensive coach, and you know he's the type of guy who allows guys bring them in, coach them up, mentor them. He'll be ready for his next career move because of that experience.
Sweet Lou rips through, gets to go. Rashard Lewis turning back the clock in Dallas now with 13.
He's going to tell you he didn't have a clock, okay? He's going to say that.
Here's Green to Brewer. Rims in. Brewer with 17.
It's a great competitive game right now. Dallas has seen a lot. You buy one ticket, you see 6 games, Cube's at the game. You have so much going on. It's great basketball.
Lewis again, tough matchup for Brewer. To your point, right now you've got a lot of 6-game days throughout this Big 3 season, city to city, but the original ball out, the roots of it, were here in Dallas in 2019 with 6 games in one day.
Dallas has never let the Big 3 down. They have come out in masses like they did today. That's why they come back here every year to Dallas, right here. Look at this. Just feeling what side the pressure is. Corey went top side. You know, Rashad went baseline. There was no help, and then he just does what he does.
Green went for the massive dunk, got fouled. Free throws, no good.
Man, if you miss your foul shots, you need those 2 points in a tight game like this.
Murphy going to work. Long shot, still good, but he'll get a free throw for 2. Three-headed Monsters are 5 points from a win.
You know, I know this is a real tight game, but, you know, we're staying across the street at the W. When you walk into the hotel, Ed, it's almost like it's a reunion.
Yeah.
People haven't seen each other. They're hugging, they're talking, there's families, their kiddos are there. This isn't, it's like a community, you know, bringing people from all ages together who have really respected and admired each other for many years. I know it's that way with the coaches and the players.
Well, these guys, they love doing it. I mean, Nancy, the coaches, you have 12 coaches in the Big 3. You guys have not had a change for 3 years now. Lisa's back, Reggie's back, Gary Payton. They switched teams once, but core of 12 coaches, no one's left. And the players, continuity from last year, I mean, almost every team is practically running it back.
Well, the good thing is that the veterans are still here and they're well respected, but the younger guys are here. They're coming from Europe.
Yep.
They're making the veterans have to train and work and play harder. And you're seeing that the beauty of working together in mentorship.
And the glove saying, I'll take care of the talk with the officials. Let's go back and huddle it up. Our team down by 10. Rashard Lewis has delivered since the break here for the three-headed Monsters.
Yeah, we talked about Rashard Lewis being the ultimate pro. And just in this game, you have to know how to get to your spots. Rashad likes to be on the right side of the floor. See how Corey Brewer's on the top side? He feels that pressure, and then he spins baseline where he knows there's not going to be help. The game of basketball is just fascinating to me. It's almost like boxing. It's technique. It's mastering the things that doesn't take talent, the feel, the understanding, the watching film.
Brewer off the inbounds will get a free throw for 2. The matchups within the game and the three-headed monsters with Evans and Lewis especially. What have they exploited against Bivouac so far today as Brewer is short?
Well, first of all, Bivouac has got to knock down these foul shots. We talked about it. But they had a run, they had a spurt, and then they went away from what got them there.
Evans, Lewis, point game, a 3-0 win it. Murphy wants it. The runner, no good. Bivouac with life, with barely. Garland Green, the blow by, and the nice kiss.
I thought Rashad Lewis did a smart thing. Give him the 2-point shot, but don't leave the corner shooter where they can get 3.
Lewis jockeys and scores. They're 1 point away. Brewer to the rim. Murphy, a 2-0 win it, fires and hits. Game winner, Kevin Murphy, and the three-headed monsters with their first victory in Dallas.
It's a heck of a win right there by three-headed monsters. They have just the focus, the tenacity, and they were relentless. They never gave up their game plan.
Well, the reigning MVP lost the power last week. The win today against Bivouac in Dallas. Let's go to Scout with Reggie Evans.
All right, I'm here with Reggie Evans. Well, last year he didn't play. You worked on that jumper, huh?
Yeah. You know, I just trying to take whatever the defense give me. But the jumpers and stuff, I am kind of worried about it with the injury I had. So when it go in, it's like a blessing, you know what I'm saying? So I missed a couple of easy layup because of it, but my teammates kept me going, kept my spirit up, so I keep on pushing this stuff.
It's good to see a throwback game from Sweet Lou, right? Are you encouraging him? We need you to be more aggressive.
Yes. I told him before the first game, and when the game was over, he like, yeah, my bad. But this game, it was more like, hey, look, we're to force it to you, no matter what. No matter who switch on you, we're going to force it to you no matter what. And we'll just play off that. So that's what we start doing towards the end of the game and stuff.
I picked you guys to win it all. It's going to be a journey throughout, but you got a nice win today.
No doubt. I appreciate it, Brian.
Got it. See you.
Reggie Evans, another strong performance on the glass. Three-headed monsters with the win against Bivouac in Dallas. 5 games down, 1 left between the Ghost Ballers and the Aliens. More to come after this.